The bracelet. I've always carried a little piece of my father with me. A delicate silver bracelet. He had given it to my mom when they first started dating. I never had the chance to meet him. He passed away before I was born. But that bracelet, it was like holding a memory I never got to live. A connection to the man I only knew through my mother's stories. I wore it almost every day. Not because it was flashy or expensive. It wasn't. But because it was irreplaceable. Whenever I felt nervous or overwhelmed, I would run my fingers over its smooth links, almost like I was grounding myself in a quiet conversation with him. It was a normal morning at the financial firm where I worked. I was buried in spreadsheets when I felt the bracelet snag on my sleeve and snap. My heart sank. I carefully gathered the pieces and placed them in the top drawer of my desk, telling myself I'd get it fixed that weekend. The next day, when I opened my drawer, it was empty. At first, I thought I had misplaced it, so I checked my bag, my pockets, even the floor. Then my stomach dropped when I remembered. Last night was cleaning night. The janitorial team always emptied our drawers if they found anything left inside. I froze. My hands started to tremble as I explained the situation to my boss. He listened quietly, then without hesitation, stood up and said, "Let's find it." Within minutes, several of my coworkers, people in tailored suits, shiny dress shoes, and expensive watches, followed him out to the back lot where the dumpsters were. No one complained, no one rolled their eyes. They just rolled up their sleeves and started climbing in. I stood there in disbelief as they dug through bags of coffee grounds, crumpled paper, and leftover lunches. The smell was unbearable. The winter air was biting, and their clothes were getting ruined. And yet, they kept searching. It took almost an hour. I had already begun to accept that the bracelet was gone forever when I heard a loud cheer from inside the dumpster. My boss emerged, holding the bracelet high above his head like a trophy, grime smeared across his suit. "We found it," he shouted, and the others joined in, chanting as they walked back into the building like victorious heroes. I clutched the bracelet in my hands, tears stinging my eyes. I didn't know what to say. I came from a rough background, one where people looked out for themselves, where kindness was rare and usually came with strings attached. But here they were, these people who didn't owe me anything, ruining their clothes and sacrificing an hour of their day for me. That moment changed me. Not because I got my bracelet back, but because I had never experienced kindness that pure before. They didn't do it for recognition or reward. They did it because, in that moment, my problem mattered to them. Since that day, I've made it a personal mission to pay that forward. Whether it's holding the elevator for someone running late, listening when a coworker needs to vent, or helping a stranger carry groceries, I try to never underestimate the power of small acts of kindness. Because sometimes, the smallest thing you do for someone might be the moment they remember for the rest of their life. Here's what I've learned. In a world where we are often too busy to notice one another, kindness is a quiet rebellion. It doesn't always come in grand gestures. Sometimes, it's in rolling up your sleeves, digging through the mess, and saying, "Your problem matters to me." Be that person. Be the light. You never know whose world you might change.